things that you need to know in order to press on forward. The momentum you use to go forward, it depends highly upon knowing what you are doing right now. What you are doing right now is something which will determine what your future will look like. And God, the Almighty, is asking you, what are you doing right now to make the future for yourself brighter? Because God wants to make your future brighter than it is today. Every moment you take a breath, it is a gift, an opportunity given to you to move forward a better person than the moment that has gone by. Every breath you take is an opportunity for you to better yourself, not to be in the same condition you are in right now. Your perspective as a human being is limited. You don't see the future. And God says in the book of Jeremiah 29, verse 11, I know the plans I have for you, plans to make you prosper, not to harm me, not to harm you, to give you an expected end. It is important for you to remember that all your complaining, all your bitterness, God knows about it all. He knows about what is going on in your life. He knows everything. There's nothing which is hidden from God's side. Elijah, the man of God, who performed great wonders, he had God asking this question, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? In the book of 1 Kings, let's go there, chapter 19. In the book of 1 Kings, chapter 19, listen to these words from verse 1. Now Ahab told Jezebel everything Elijah had done and how he had killed all the prophets with the sword. So Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah to say, may the gods deal with me, be it ever so severely, if by this time tomorrow I did not make your life like that of one of them. Elijah was afraid and ran for his life. When he came to Bathsheba in Judah, he left his servant there, while he himself went a day's journey into the desert. He came to a broom tree and sat down under it and prayed that he might die. I have had enough, Lord, he said. Take my life. I am not better than my ancestors. Then he lay down under the tree and fell asleep. At once an angel touched him and said, get up and eat. He looked around, and there by his side was a cake of bread baked over hot coals and a jar of water. He ate and drank and then lay down again. The angel of the Lord came back a second time and touched him and said, get up and eat, for the journey is too much for you. So he got up and ate and drank. Strengthened by that food, he traveled 40 days and 40 nights until he reached Horeb, the mountain of God. There he went into a cave and spent the night. And the word of the Lord came to him. What are you doing here, Elijah? He replied, I have been very zealous for the Lord God Almighty. The Israelites have rejected your covenant, broken down your altars, and put your prophets to death with the sword. I'm the only one left, and now they are trying to kill me too. Do you see? Psychologists will call this guy was depressed. And God is asking Elijah, what are you doing now? Let me ask you, what are you doing about the situation you are in right now? What are you doing? It doesn't matter who you used to be. It doesn't matter who you are at this moment, what is going on in this moment. You are not the past. You are not defined by what you did in the past. You are not defined by what is happening to you right now. As I said earlier, the fact that you have a breath is a gift, an opportunity for you to go further than now, to be happier than now, to be stronger than now, to be more successful than what it is at this moment. And because it's a gift, God is asking, what are you doing about the gift I'm giving you? What are you doing about it? And why did God ask this question? Why did God ask this question? He asked because everyone who is breathing right now has a purpose in God's mind. Everybody, bad people and good people alike, they've got a purpose. That's why God continued to give them his breath. And God says in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 18, forget the former things, do not dwell in the past. Behold, I'm creating a new things. Don't you perceive it? God is asking, don't you perceive? I'm creating a new things. What does it mean? God says, I'm creating a new things. God is saying in Isaiah 43, verse 18, he said, don't dwell on the past. I'm creating a new thing. Don't you perceive it? Why most people are miserable? Most people are not happy. Because they live as if the situation they are in right now is permanent. They live as if the situation they are in right now will never change. And there's no one who can change it. You see, but if you believe in God, that's a different story. Because no matter what you're going through now, God is able to change it. You'll see in the next video, which I'll be posting here, that what matters most is the end, not what is going out now. It's written in the book of Job, chapter 7, verse 8. What matters, it is the end. That's another whole topic I'll cover in the next video. You can read it in the book of Job, chapter 7, verse 8. So what I'm saying to you, giving up is not an option because God has got a plan for you. Elijah, who asked God to take his life, he wanted to commit a suicide. He said, he wanted to commit a suicide. He said, oh no, I haven't enough. He said, I've had enough. I'm the only one remaining. I've had enough. Listen to what God said to him. The person, because his perspective was blinded by human thinking. He didn't involve God in his thinking. Jesus told Peter, get behind me, Satan. When Peter told him, no, you will not be crucified. You don't have to go to the cross. You don't have to go to the cross. And Jesus rebuked Peter and said, go behind me, Satan, because you are thinking about the things of man, not about the plans of God. The moment you stop thinking about what God has planned for you, you start comparing yourself with other people. And once you start comparing you with other people, you see yourself as a failure. You see yourself as not good enough. You see yourself as not successful enough. And that stands in the way for God to use you. Listen to what God had to say to Elijah, who thought, he has had enough, and he is better dead than alive. 1 Kings chapter 19, where we started with. 1 Kings chapter 19. Listen to verse 19. 1 Kings, we started with verse 1 up to verse 9, where God is asking Elijah, what are you doing here? And this question Elijah was asked 2 times. In verse 9 and in verse 13. In verse 13 again, he was asked the same question, what are you doing here? God didn't give up on Elijah though he wanted to commit suicide. He thought death was the way out. But God says, what are you doing here? Don't you realize I've got better things ahead of you? Don't you realize I've got good things ahead of you? Why do you let the threat of this woman confuse you, discourage you, that you're about to give up and you wish to die? Listen what God had to say, that I've got a better thing for you. The same chapter 19, verse 19. So Elijah went from there and found Eli, son of Shaphat. He was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen, and he himself was driving the 12th pair. Elijah went up to him and threw his cloak around him. Elisha then left his oxen and ran after him. You see, this was God's plan for Elijah to do, to be able to train someone who will take his position as a prophet of Israel when God takes him away. The time for Elijah to go away was not at that moment where Elijah wanted to be dead. Because God has to say to this in verse 15, the Lord said to him, go back the way you came. Go to the desert of Damascus. When you get there, anoint Hezekiah, king of Aram. Also anoint Jehu, son of Nimshi, king of Israel. And anoint Elisha, son of Shaphat, from Abel Meholah, to succeed you as a prophet. You see, he had other responsibility to carry out for God's glory. But he was looking at himself. He was looking at his situations without lifting up his eyes to God who created the heaven and earth. And that is a trap. It's a trap because when you look at yourself, you see yourself as powerless, hopeless. But God says, what are you doing here? Don't dwell on the past. Behold, I'm creating a new thing. It doesn't matter how you started. What matters is what is coming ahead of you. And this is a topic for the next video. And if it's the first time you are watching this video, please subscribe. You don't miss another video. What matters is the ends, not what you're going through now. God bless you. Bye.